All right, 2026 Ford F-150 Raptor. I'm hoping we got some good surprises. I'm not seeing anything here sticking out so far. Everything's looking pretty similar. Uh-oh, guys. I'm concerned. I'm not seeing heads-up display on the Raptor. Dude, if they took heads-up display away, that's ridiculous. I can see it on the King Ranch. I don't see it on the Lariat either. Hey everybody, Barry at CTech-review. We finally have the 2026 Ford F-150 order guide. What's changed? What hasn't changed? And more importantly, does it make more sense to buy a 2026 than the outgoing 2025? Or does it make sense to buy an F-150? Or does it make sense to buy a Ram, Toyota? We want to go over this document today of what's changed, what hasn't. There's a lot of information here. Stay with me to the end. It's worth it. Let's get into this. Okay, so here we go. Some of this stuff is going to be a little confusing. There's 46 pages of talking about the packages and options and trim levels and pricing. So I'll try to skip over some of the minutia, but I'm going to try to go through every one of these pages. So if you see something you want, go back, pause it, look at it. But let's just start. So what do we got here? Some different discounts. You got STX still, XLT, Lariat. We're going to talk about this stuff first. You can kind of see the different packages with the STX, 200B, 200A, 200A. You've got a $2,000. There's different credits besides the different engines. You can see the 2.7 still looks to be the required option for powertrain. You got a Lariat 502A. Let's talk about the major product changes. So what's changed? Well, there's a King Ranch 600A, Platinum 700A, and a Tremor 402B. If you see the designation with the star, this means new changed. If you see the dot, that means nothing's changed. If we look, the Blue Cruise has optional on a 302 and a 303A with a one-time purchase, as well as the Lariat, King Ranch, Platinum, and Tremor. You can kind of see some new colors. Avalanche, Argon Blue. We're not surprised Argon made it to the Super Duty. Deleted Atlas Blue, Rapid Red, and Space White Metallic. They've been running that Space White for a few years now. Some people really like it. They've now added a 4x2 to the Lariat, King Ranch, and Platinum. You can kind of see around the Ford connectivity. You get 1 year included, and then there's a 1 year purchase for 7 years. And then there's now a Platinum Satin Appearance Package and a XLT Chrome Appearance Package. All right, let's go to this next page here. Standard equipment, still the 2.7 liter with auto start, still the 5.0 with auto start as an option, 4x4. Notice there's really no changes because this has still got the black dot. I don't really see anything different here, guys. Standard range fuel tank, 23 gallons, extended range, 36. I'm really glad Ford runs a 36-gallon fuel tank and a half ton. Most of the others are between 2 and 3 gallons shy, and you say, oh, what's the big deal, 2-3 gallons? 3 gallons, getting 7 miles per gallon, towing a trailer is an extra 20 miles of range. For me, someone that tows a lot, I think it's worth it. Still LED reflector headlamp, standard with the black bezels, perimeter alarm. Let's see, what else? 4-inch cluster displays is standard. Yep, we know all this. More standard equipment as far as in the regular cab, super cab, XL series. You can see nothing's changed as far as the Copilot 360 2.0. There's now a 5G modem, and the Ford connectivity package talks about the 1 year is a change from 2025. Otherwise, I'm not seeing anything different here. We go into these different equipment groups, kind of see the 2 liter standard, 2.7 liter standard with the XL. 5.0 is still standard optional, 3.5. I don't see an option still for the power boost in an XL for these two. I think this is regular cab, super cab. I think it's only Super Crew. Obviously, they all still have the 10-speed transmission. Here's another thing that's been talked a lot about, emissions. This has been a big talking point. Everyone's been chatting around, are we going to start seeing some emission changes for new model years? It looks like this is still federal, non-California emissions, standard equipment on 3.5, and the Power Boost hybrid. It's still optional, and it's standard option only for the hybrid fleet, option only. 50 state emissions. You guys can kind of see this stuff as far as for the 2.7, 3.5, and the Power Boost. But you notice I don't see anything in here talking about the 5 liter. That's interesting. LED fog lamps, No, Ford connectivity, they're really hitting it up on that. Not seeing much difference other than the 360L with the Sirius XMs, optional. Pro Power on board, 7.2 kilowatts. It's optional for the higher trim package 104A XL. Engine block heater, axle upgrade. This is interesting. We could look into seeing what that's about. Side step bars, optional. Jump starter, that's as an accessory, looks like you can get from the dealer installed option. Lots of accessories. That's the big thing I noticed when I looked through this before I did this video. You know, tonneau covers, subwoofers, different letters for the tailgates, windshield shade. Here we go. Otherwise, not seeing much on that page. Standard equipment now on the STX. So body color, bumper, front and rear, electronic rear window defroster, rear privacy glass, fender vent, black grille, black gray, 18-inch wheels, all-terrain tires on a 4x4 all season on the 4x2, zone lighting not available with the 201A. Color coordinated with carpet flooring and carpet mats. Here we go for the Super Cab Super Crew. See 2750 is in the Super Crew 10-speed optional hybrid engine. Here we same exact emission package. I don't see anything different there. Could see 20-inch wheels are an option, 12-inch display cluster, Ford connectivity. And then here's the Lobo package. Talks about this. Requires the 5.0 engine. It's not available with the 4x2 or tow haul package. That'll be interesting. We'll get to see what the tow rating will be for this F-150 Lobo package. We get into more STX options. I'm not seeing anything here on this page that catches me off guard other than just a mention of the jump starter, side step, dealer accessories. You guys are welcome to pause and reflect, go back through these pages. Not seeing anything for this page as well. Now we get into XLT. LED fog lamp still, rear defroster, seat cloth, two-way manual driver seat, manual lumbar driver. No changes I don't really see for the 26 and the XLT. What have we got here? 275035 power boost. So you can get this across the board. Other than you cannot get, it looks like for this version of the XLT for the 3.5 power boost, as well as the hybrid transmission. Emissions, no different for XLT. Copilot Assist 2.0. Nope. Chrome appearance package is now added for a 303A. This is a high package, so you got now 4 trim packages for the XLT 300A, 301, 302, 303. What's comical to me is the 303 is really what an old 302 was. If you want heated seats and remote start, you can kind of see where this stuff starts. XLT Chrome appearance package, optional. Blue Cruise, you can kind of see equipment plus 1 year plus 90-day plan. All right, let's go into the XLT equipment group. Secure access keyless entry pad. You can see driver's side for both of these two versions. Optional. Pro Power on board still. Specific for the 3.5 hybrid. It'd be sweet if that would ever be added to the 5-liter. Otherwise, not seeing much on this page. Not much on this page for dealer accessories. Here we go. Now we're getting into the Lariat. Mechanical 3.5 EcoBoost looks like the standard. Tow hooks, LED projector with dynamic bending. I'm glad they kept the dynamic bending headlamps. I know there was talk about removing that. Dual zone climate control. I'm not seeing much changes here. Adaptive cruise, AEB, front parking. I don't really see anything other than connectivity for 26 changed on that. No changes here in this equipment groups. Engine, I see 50 state emissions. Now standard optional is for the 5-liter as well. You could still get 20s, 20-inch wheels, the chrome PVD wheels, Ford connectivity, FX4 package. Not seeing much here. We'll fast forward to this. You're welcome to look at it. Now we go Super Crew Lariat. Side step bar. These are all dealer installed accessories. Bedliner, tough spray-in, skid plates. Now we get into the King Ranch. We see any changes here? Nope. Pro Power on board, 400-watt outlets, running boards, 3.5 is the standard engine. Blue Cruise, 1 year. Equipped, leather, center console, shift knob. I don't see any changes. Looks like it's going to be in a lot of ways pretty much identical to the 26 model year with some slight changes, slight colors. And I'm still scooting through, guys, here. You can see there's a Pro Power on board of a 2 kilowatt and a 7.2 kilowatt for the King Ranch. Unfortunately, cannot get the 2 kilowatt with the 5 liter. You can only get it with the 3 liter non power boost. Equipment, wheel well liners, daytime running lamps. Not much there. Now we get into the Platinum. What do we see in the Platinum? Any changes? I don't see any changes from 25 in a base Platinum. I'm sure they're going to break this up into a low level Platinum and a high level Platinum like they did last year. Yeah, you can kind of see the different engines. Interesting. Can you get the 5 liter V8? I see 3.5, 22-inch wheels, premium painted, power deployable running boards. I see Platinum Plus exterior theme, so they're still going to do the Platinum Plus. More focus on Ford connectivity, a satin appearance package. This is new. So yeah, so now you've still got, so you got 4 versions of a Platinum, 700A, 701, 702, 703, still just 2 kilowatt. Pro power on board, 7.2 kilowatt. I'm trying to see, I see axle upgrade, see availability and a chart for details. Jump starter, these are all dealer installed accessories. Well, that's kind of a bummer. I don't see anything different there. Standard engine, 3.5 liter for the Tremor. You get the 9.75 inch rear axle. It's interesting. They speak about that. I wonder if that was not, I thought that was the standard axle in the years past. Oh yeah, duh. Yeah, these are all, nothing's changed. So I don't see any changes for 26 F-150 Super Duty Tremor. Pro power on board, 3.5 EcoBoost, heated front seats. Nope. You still can't get it with the 5 liter. That's good. And not a power boost. So you standard engines, 3.5, upgrade is the 5 liter. Front axle with torsion differential. I'm still glad that's an available option. Some people really like that. LED tail lights. B&O Unleashed speaker system, 14 speakers. So they didn't cut speakers out. That's good. Modular front bumper and carbon black rear bumper. Interesting. I wonder if it's a different color. I can't remember if they mentioned that. Still got the rain sensing windows, leather trim seats, ventilated. Okay. So that's Tremor. Not seeing much difference here. You're welcome to cruise through this later. This is all dealer installed accessories. Now here we get into Raptor. So all you Raptor guys for 2026, what do we have here? Still see the 3.5 liter high output, 410 gearing, 5-link rear suspension, long travel, skid plates, front rear engine, Fox live valve shocks. I don't see any differences there. Black surround headlamps, dual exhaust, dual pipes under rigid fog lights. That's still the same since 2021. Applique says Ford still in the rear. 315 by 70 by 17, and it's an all-terrain tire. It's not specifying. It's not saying if this is going to be the BFG KO3 or KO2. I'd like to see the KO3 on this. What I don't see is anything around hands-free driving. Includes content. I don't see anything about hands-free driving, unfortunately, and I don't see anything about massaging seats. Really would have liked to seen that. Still got the 14 speaker system, electronic power assist. That sounds standard. So here we go. Engine wise, 3.5, 37-inch tires are standard still on the higher trim package, 802A. So it's really still 801, 802, 803. Nothing's changed. Dual live valves is still standard. They did not bring that to the base Raptor. It's kind of a bummer. Black Alcantara and Recaro seats. It's still 37 package. I see no changes here for 2026. Ford connectivity, twin panel sunroof, secure code, access pad, that's good. That is still available. And then these are all just basic accessories. What about axle availability? See 410 gearing. So definitely check this out if you're interested in seeing the axles and kind of see this is what it's available with. Here's the new wheels. So do we see anything different? I'll start with Raptor. Raptor looks identical. I don't see any changes there. Base wheels, 17, 18. Yeah, STX, this looks the same. PVD. I don't see any changes in wheels. Maybe it's going to be these two where it says color coming soon or image coming soon. Otherwise, all these wheels look identical. I'm not seeing any changes there. Color and trim availability. What do we got here? Lobo package, unique. This is the big one. Unique sport cloth, 40, 40, console 40 front seats. Console with steering column shifter. Be curious what you guys think about the Lobo with that package. Seat color, ruby red, iconic silver, Avalanche. Argon. You can kind of see these colors. Here we go, around seating. Unique tin waist. I'm just trying to see if this says anything about active motion is still Platinum Plus. I don't see anything about active motion seats in a King Ranch or in a Raptor, sadly. Maybe they're going to bring this out after the fact. Yeah, here we go. Seating, 10-way adjustable, power, heated, ventilated, memory seats. Nope. Unfortunately, not hands-free driving, no massaging seats. And then here's your packaged options and emissions. If you're looking to see specific around emissions, what engines, everything more on the engines, packages, fuel economy, everything's still TBD. And I don't see any new engines added to this stuff. Hybrid 3.5, high output. Nope. What about horsepower ratings? Still at this time of this video, it has not been updated. So I'd be curious, what do you guys think about the release of the 2026 F-150? Pretty much from what I could see, not much has changed. Very small nuances from 25 to 26. With that being said, if maybe the price comes down or there's some other things coming, maybe an extended warranty, how awesome would that be if they start doing a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty like some of the others have? That'd be nice. What I was really hoping to see for 26 is maybe bringing back the desert tan color in the Raptor, maybe a 5-liter F-150 Raptor. Maybe we'll see that for 27 or 28 model year. I would like to see massaging seats, hands-free driving in the Raptor to kind of compete with the RHO and maybe a future Ram TRX. But maybe we'll see more competitive pricing released here soon on the 2026 F-150 on the lower trim levels like STX. Hey, I hope you guys found this video helpful. Now that we got some more details, I'm hoping the Ford website is up here shortly so we can start pricing this and looking at what we've got for pricing from 2025 to 2026. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.